When Simon starts barking, if they have anything to say to you about it, you'll certainly be like, creepy smile. I mean, that's a fair point. But it's usually better. That game is usually better played when it's like everybody's cool, but you just so happen to like be a little noisier than you should be at times, or like you have a pet that's a little noisier than it should be at times. Because then it's like the lady who used to live upstairs with the kid, where the kid would run around and like make a bunch of noise and shit. And it's like, all right, fair enough. If I'm watching like a fucking movie that the volume is up a little bit, or streaming and like talking real loud, pretty late into the thing, it's like, okay, look, we're both cool people. We both know we're like a little noisy and it could be irritating, but like we're not gonna bitch at each other about it because like we're both to blame. The type of people that you're speaking of though strikes me that like they're not gonna give a shit how noisy they are. They're gonna just be pissed off that you're noisy and start some shit. I'm not saying they're going to, but if it did come to that, it strikes me as they might be the type of people that like, yeah, we don't care that we're noisy. That doesn't concern you. You need to be quieter. Selfish fucking twat nozzles, basically. That's my prediction. As long as they're not doing it at work or while you're working, yeah, for sure. Japanese researchers make speech jamming gun? Oh shit. Also, we got 3 more horror trivias. Wait, I gotta see about the speech jamming gun. Directional mic, trigger, directional speaker. What does this thing actually do? How can I get that person to shut up? Speech jammer. Device works by shooting the offending voice back at the source. Users can literally aim at a trigger or aim at a target and pull the trigger. Human speech is jammed by giving back to the speakers their own utterances at a delay of a few hundred milliseconds. Oh shit! Yeah, it's like hearing your own voice through a mic on like a slight delay. Yeah, that's incredibly unnerving and makes you want to immediately stop talking. Yeah, that'll work. That'll fucking work. Oh shit, that's just evil, man. Oh, 6 more, goddamn. Going wild. We're gonna burn through some cards tonight. Alright, where'd we leave off? Okay, here we go. What 1942 horror film purred the tagline, "A kiss could change her into a monstrous fang and claw killer"? Okay, so 9 more after this. Like, I think there's some area where I can look at all these and like check them off as redeemed, but I don't know where that is. Request started as a guilt trip and ended up reminding you how fun. Yeah, right. That's what I was like. That's why I was like, I kind of bummed that like they didn't come up more often because I'm like they're usually pretty fun, and I've got them priced pretty cheap as far as channel points. So you missed the question. All good. What 1942 horror film purred the tagline, "A kiss could change her into a monstrous fang and claw killer"? And it's no coincidence that the word purred was used in that question. Cat people, it is cat people. Yep. Never wins. Have you seen Cat People? Never? I've not. Like, I know of it. I've never seen it. But I hear it's pretty good. I myself am a cat people. This is where I'd keep my cat. If I had one. but she abandoned me, just like a cat. You weren't too impressed? Oh, shit. Oh, you can build your own speech jammer. Nice. You have my queue of requests pulled up? Okay, cool. Well, I think we're... Can check off all of them, but the last 9. Oh, here's an easy one. Already done. Thank you. In the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface is also called what other name by his family? How fast do you think Fish can type? There it is, Bubba. Yes, Bubba is correct. Alright. Next. Accused witches were often held under water in order to determine their guilt. What would have to happen to prove their innocence? You did it before I even asked the question, how fast can fish type? Yep. She drowns. Yep. Yep. In order to prove that you're not a witch, you gotta drown. Alright, so 7 left? It's the only sure way, yeah. What industrial rock icon produced Marilyn Manson's LP Antichrist Superstar? Lancing them in the witch's mark. Oh, yeah. She floats, she's a witch, and then she burns, yeah. Text Amy, I miss you. The people who have your face now fight. I'm pretty sure you mean place. I hope they don't have her face, because that'd be pretty fucked. Yes, Trent Reznor is correct. What is beeping? Oh, there's Zora. Why? Why all the... Why all the beeping? Why all the beeping, man? Yeah, there's Zora. Oh yeah, she's cute. I appreciate you preemptively putting it in the breach, but I don't know. That's not... I wouldn't say that's breach worthy. I don't see any visible nipples or anything. You're sad because this is not the neighbor you thought, however? Oh. Okay, so Trent Reznor produced Marilyn Manson's LP Antichrist Superstar. Okay, so that's... What, we got 6 left? You thought that too? Oh, you let's be... Yeah, okay. No, it's good. As long as it doesn't have, like, visible nudity, I think it's okay. Let's see. Where did Stevenson get the inspiration for the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Seven more? Oh, okay. Everyone is nude under their clothes. Only that's not disgusting. It's hot. Medical science? No. The bar. Also, no. He may have been at the bar beforehand, but no. Again, not according to the card. A fever dream. Card says from his own terrifying dream. Fever dream, I'd say, counts. Jungian shadow theory? You just guessed? Oh, man. Well, that shoots my follow-up question in the leg, because I was going to be like, did you Google that, or did you actually know that? And either way, like, do you know any details on the dream? Like, did not know you deduce from most writers about his time? That's fair. Alright. This one. Okay. Most of their sci-fi stuff was like, I had TB and had a really bad fever and came up with some really good words. That makes sense. Yeah, you can get some crazy creative nonsense juice out of being incredibly sick and having a high temperature while your brain is melting inside your skull. Alright, Nick Wade, aka Nick Fiend, in 1982 formed what gothic rock band with his wife Christine, aka Mrs. Fiend? Totally missed the question because you were looking up to see if Robert Louis Stevenson had a fever dream. The Fiends? I mean, no, but Fiend is in the title. What did you say? Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one of the modern literature's most famous works. May come as a surprise then to learn that the inspiration for this great work came from a fever dream Stevenson had during a particularly bad bout of consumption, aka tuberculosis. They all had consumption. Hey, I wrote a story named Consumption. It's pretty good. The question was Nick Wade, aka Nick Fiend, in 1982 formed what gothic rock band with his wife Christine, aka Mrs. Fiend? He was so enraptured with the dream, he was furious with his wife Fanny for waking him. When he was awoken, he could still remember the first few scenes, including the first transformation scene. Building on these sketches, he turned to the accounts of famous and historical people to flesh out what would become a masterpiece novel. I take a little issue with novel because I have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's on the bookshelf out there. It's about that. It's like less than 100 pages. It may have been a novel by that day's standards. But it's a little one. It's a little piece. Because I don't think the version I have is abridged or anything. I think it's the full story. But it is not very long. Some parts of your memory remember your literature college classes from when you double majored. Yeah, it's tucked away in the back recesses of the skull. Google's guess is alien sex fiend. Yes, Google is correct. You wanted to be a zoological journalist? Nice. Okay. Hey, that's another card finished. How many more we got? Trying to see if you recognize any of their music. You did not. I've heard. I think I've heard some Alien Sex Fiend. Like, I know the name, but I don't know how many of their songs I actually have heard. You're like, this is a ridiculous amount of work, and quit school to work. Well, there you go. Okay, we've done some of these. Yeah, I think we did most of those. Enough that I'm just gonna go to the next card. Manual labor at that. I mean, nothing wrong with some manual labor. Sometimes it's simpler to just, like, turn the brain off and do simple task. Like, simple mental task. It's hard work playing with wolves, but someone had to do it. Goddamn right. Oh, I've done some of these too. Yeah, we've done more of these than I thought we did. Oh, I think we did this one already, but yeah, where did Mary Shelley's inspiration come from for her novel Frankenstein? Also a dream. Although I don't think that one had anything to do with tuberculosis and more just like opium and alcohol. Because she was partying with can't remember his name, like her fiance or husband, and some guy who's like I know his name, Lord Byron. She was partying with Lord Byron and her husband, and they're all getting super fucked up on like cocaine and alcohol and absinthe and shit. From being a shut-in during a long winter that extended through the summer. Yeah, that's I think yeah. But they were partying up there too. Again, I think we low key did most, if not all of those. So moving on. Let me just. Okay, these look. These look different. If we're repeating a few, it's been so long, I don't know if it matters, but I think enough of these have been unread. If not all of them. Summer of 1816, you think? That sounds right. Yeah, that 1815 or 1816, yeah, it was around there. What is the remote island on which King Kong is captured? Partying and telling each other ghost stories. Like they're like, and then they set about a contest, a friendly wager between them all to see which one of them could come up, like just invent the scariest ghost story. And she was the only one who actually did anything. Like I think Lord Byron might have like the other two guys, like they might have started or tried to do something, but they didn't finish whatever stories they like set out to work on. She was the only one who went through it all and actually finished. Skull Island is correct. How many more we got left? I've lost track by going through multiple cards where I'm like, oh yeah, we've done more of these than I realized. I haven't been keeping track of them. 4 more? Cool. What band's plane crashed in a Mississippi swamp in 1977, killing the lead and backup singers? Another morbid one. Buddy Holly? No. I believe Buddy Holly did die in a plane crash, but... Yes, so many bands. There's been a lot of bands taken out by plane crashes. Yep, Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner is correct. Now, there's another Frankenstein-related one. How old was Mary Shelley when she wrote Frankenstein? They went down in Mississippi, yeah. Skynard. Wait, is that? No, it's Sky N-Y-R-D, not that A. That A should be a Y. Like 15. No. Not 15. Not in her 50s either. Closer to 15 than her 50s. 27, no. She was in her teens. Neffy got it, 18. 18 years old. Wrote fucking Frankenstein. What the fuck have you been doing with your lives? For that matter, what have I been doing with mine? I've been playing Insanity Clicker. Clearly a worthwhile addition to the human spectrum of consciousness. She died in her 50s, yeah. She was stuck in for a good year. And she also had, like, a rich man's drugs and alcohol. There was a lot of death, yeah. I mean, if I was snowed in for a year with cocaine and absinthe, I'd probably get some writing done. It probably won't be as good as Frankenstein is, but I'd get some writing done. Lock me in my house, pretend we're all writing novels to trick me into writing a masterpiece. I mean, couldn't hurt. Better do something like it. But also, fortunate timing, because if that were to happen today and the internet was still up, then, you know, so much time, so much precious writing time would be wasted just looking at porn. I know me. I know what I'm about. In the comic epic The Preacher, what is the secret organization preserving Christ's bloodline? Oh wait, the internet is down too? I mean, if the internet's down, but we still have power? Oh, I'm getting some writing done. From the comic series, yeah. From the comic The Preacher. The secret organization preserving Christ's bloodline. I never read any of The Preacher, but I heard it was, like, really fucking good. And then they got, like, I think AMC's got a show now, which I also haven't seen. Should have watched more of the miniseries. Whoops. I still haven't watched any of The Boys. Although I think I read the first issue of The Boys. So I've at least read the comic a little bit. And it was very good. Yeah, it's based on a comic. I've got like the first trade paperback of it. Which I think I read like the first issue in that. And then I got distracted. I need to go back and finish it. What? Yeah, it's true. I have physical evidence to prove that it is. It's sitting on the shelf out there. But we ain't talking about The Boys. We're talking about The Preacher and the name of the creepy secret organization preserving Christ's bloodline and what they were called. Merovingians? No, it's simpler than that. I mean, here's like a real gimme. You want a real gimme hint? Like if I give you this hint, you will know the answer, even if you know nothing about the preacher. Well, never mind. Neffy just Googled it. Yeah, the Grail. They're called the Grail. The hint was going to be Monty Python went in search of it once. Alright, so that's half of that card done. See, this one I feel either it's just so simple that I feel like we've done it before, or it's just we have done it before. I don't know. But it's definitely a gimme, the next one. 3 left? Okay. It's about to be 2 real goddamn quick. Again, this is let's play a game called How Fast Can Fish Type? In Psycho, Norman Bates commits murder in the guise of what relative? A dream. That's a good just like insta type in answer, apparently. Mother, yeah, his mother. Everybody wins. In the guise of a dream. All right, 2 left. What circus mogul? Wait, I feel like we did this. Yeah, because I did the one about... Yeah. Yeah, okay, we did that half of the card, for sure. Okay, so... We were on 3, like, okay, so the Psycho one doesn't count, because we definitely did that one already. Now I gotta just... vet these. Jack Human? Yep, P.T. Barnum. Yeah. Yeah, that was... Yeah, the other one's on here, which I'm reasonably certain. Name Ozzy's guitar player who died in a plane which crashed after nicking his tour bus. Randy Rhoads. And then what Barker novel features Midian, a place where monsters live to escape the insanity of mankind? Like, I remember doing that one because it was like right after I had read it. Or a little while after I read it. That's Cabal. So, Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, and Juliette Lewis battle hordes of vampires in a Mexican roadside tavern in what baddie film? You call him sexy when you're alone. Batman? Absolutely not. I was gonna say, where did you get Batman? George Clooney was in a Batman movie. Oh shit, George Clooney was in a Batman movie directed by Joel Schumacher, who died today. But no, it's not Batman. Anyway, the George Clooney Batman movie was Batman and Robin. George Clooney and Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, and Juliette Lewis battle hordes of vampires. Famously, no vampires in any Batman movie that I can think of. In a Mexican roadside tavern. Actually, it's not. It's less a tavern, more a titty bar. In what baddie film? Dusk Till Dawn. It's actually from Dusk Till Dawn, but I will allow it. Batman's probably fought a vampire. I'm not going to dispute that, because there's 1,000 Batman comics running since the 40s. And comics are wacky. But that's why I specifically said there's not a Batman movie where he fights any vampires. At least not in the Western Hemisphere. Released by, like, an officially released Batman movie.